Hi, this is Victoria with Surterra Properties, and I'm here today with Darren McClellan, who's Vice President of Back Bay Funding. And we're going to talk about a word that we haven't heard in a long time, and that's forbearance. If you could talk to us a little bit about that and explain what that means to our viewers.
Yeah, forbearance isn't a word we hear every day, and really what it means is a lender's going to give you relief of making your mortgage payments for a certain period of time. It could be 3 to 6 months, or it could be potentially longer. One of the things that I think is really important that people understand is that it's not debt forgiveness.
Okay.
You're still obligated to make the payments, but you may just take a break, and it's typically due to either economic hardship or a disaster, like what we have right now.
Exactly.
The other thing I think is important is there's typically 4 different options that a lender might offer, and the offerings vary by lender. So depending on the loan product you have and who your servicer is, there might be different options, but there's typically 4. So one is going to be a reinstatement. That's the most common program right now, where you might take a break for 3 to 6 months,
Okay.
and then at the end of that time period, you're expected to pay that full amount back.
It's not forgiven, you pay it right back.
That's right, yeah. So you might take 6 months off, and then that 7th month you have to pay the full 6 months plus whatever's due that 7th month.
Okay.
The next option is a repayment plan. So a repayment plan means that you stop making payments, and then when you renew payments, you start paying on what you owe now, but plus the balance that you owed before. So they spread it out typically over a 12-month time period.
Okay.
So you take the old amount that was due, plus your current payments, and you add it all together and spread it out.
Got it.
The third option is called deferment. Deferment, it sounds attractive, but what happens is you stop making payments and then they add it to the back of the loan. So at some point, you're expected to pay it back.
Still paying it.
It could either be added to the loan, it could be a second on the loan, and typically you would be paying that off when you sell or refinance the property.
Okay.
The fourth option would be a loan modification. So that's probably the most permanent. It actually changes the term and your note on the mortgage. That's going to carry probably the most impact for you with regards to your ability to borrow in the future. That might stay on your credit and also restrict your borrowing abilities in the future.
Okay, so thinking ahead, how long does this process normally take? If I were to feel that this is one or some of these options might work for me, how long would this take?
Yeah, I think the first step is to start the process as early as you can. You want to contact your servicer, reach out to them, and understand what your options might be. The second step is the reinstatement program. I think they're doing quite quickly. So if you get approved for reinstatement, I think they're doing that. You don't have to prove hardship, and it can get done very, very quickly.
Excellent. Good to know.
With repayment, I think that's happening relatively quickly, and I think the deferment and the modifications are going to take longer. But the biggest recommendation is contact your servicer early in the process. Then I would recommend contacting your mortgage advisor and or your real estate professional and talk through it and get some feedback if you're making the right decision.
Excellent. Thank you so much. It's valuable information. I thank you for sharing it with us today.
Absolutely.